When you climb up, you just use your, all fours. You just use your hands and legs. And then I'm so excited when I go over to the top. But then I haven't think about how do you get down. At that point, I'm really scared. I'm too scared. I tell my friend, oh, I have to call someone for help, My friends say, are you kidding, If you call someone for help, you will be on the newspaper tomorrow that you're not injured or whatever. You just go and do it.
My other friend had gone to get his car, and the water was about up to his knees, actually, just a little bit above his knees. And he got the car, and they piled me in the back seat. And then I thought I was calm. I thought I was okay. And then I looked out the window, and I saw how high the water is. It was in comparison to the car, and I just started freaking out all over again. So they made me lay down so I couldn't see outside the car. Oh, it was horrible. The water was so crazy because people were. They had canoes. They got some canoes out and they were just like canoeing down the street. It was ridiculous.
It was the area where my family lived. And even my brother and sister, everyone. So I was really worried about them. Yeah, very worried. I don't know. You're kind of glad that you're not there, but you're just watching on TV. It's so useless.
So it's sort of like coughing so much continuously that you feel like you can't catch your breath, except more often. You legitimately, you can't catch your breath. If somebody was to hold your head underwater, and then when you come up, you're like, oh my god, I can breathe! Yeah, I just wanted that. That's all I wanted. But it wasn't happening.
Meningitis was diagnosed through the spinal tap. They hooked him up to an IV penicillin and cortisone and ambulanced him over to Children's Hospital. He had to be quarantined for 10 days because meningitis can be very, very contagious. By the 10th day, he was feeling much better. However, he did have to learn how to walk all over again because it was very traumatic and he was very weak.
When you're in your bed and you're laying there with your eyes open and you're just seeing all these things happen, all these shadows kind of shift around you, it's almost like your blood is spiked with adrenaline. You're like a coiled spring, you're just ready to jump and run from whatever's gonna get you. I saw heads, I saw people crawling around, and that really freaked me out.
以前我在当兵的时候，有一次在实弹演习，然后我们打到一半的时候，突然间一声巨响，离我们不远处的土地突然被炸开，四周都是尘土。这时候我开始很害怕，因为万一又打一把偏弹打到我们这边来，我们就要升天了。然后我这辈子第一次有这种生命受到威胁的。
So we were walking down this road when suddenly in front of us a fight broke out, literally 2 meters away from us. And then there was blood and lots of violence, and that was terrifying. was, what, 3 Caucasian guys? Like, 2 on 1. One was being ganged up on. Actually hard to witness a fight in front of you, so... one guy ran away to a bus stop and fled. One guy was lying on the road, bleeding kind of. And the other guy just ran off to somewhere. I ignored it and walked away.
You live your whole life and you avoid these areas of town. It's like somebody's going to come get you. There's this sort of reptilian fear in the back of your mind that you just don't want to go there because it's different, dirty, or there's weird people there on drugs. I would be walking around, your heart starts going a little bit faster. You start nervously looking into the dark corners of alleys in the shadows, trying to see what's in there, and your eyes are glued to the ground in front of your feet. This fear of not knowing what was going to happen.
When I was in grade 5, I had my very first violin competition, and I remember standing there in front of the adjudicators and the audiences. Like, my hands were getting sweaty, and I just felt all the eyes were on me. And I could feel my blood going really fast and sweating and getting really hot. But then, I played my first note, my very first note of the whole piece. And it was really nothing. It went so well. And my hands weren't sweaty, and I felt good, and it wasn't as bad as I thought.
My friend and I were out late one night, and we were walking by this pretty much empty road, and a very, very, very slow-moving white van, the ones without the windows in the back, just like crept by us. And we were slightly inebriated, and this van was extremely ominous to us. And then it circled around, and it came back. We were absolutely terrified. Knew someone was going to try and abduct us from that van, and we'd be in that van with duct tape over our mouths, and we were probably going to die. Either that or our parents would have to pay large sums of money. So we ended up booking it as it pulled past the 3rd time, and then we ended up, stupidly enough, we split up to go to our separate homes, and I was waiting for her to call me saying, yeah, it's okay, I'm home fine. But she never called me. She forgot to call me.